Well, Black and White Network, MSNBC, they are now in the find out phase of FAFO, folks. Now we know that Comcast, a while back, they wanted to sell MSNBC. I mean, they were bleeding money, folks. Remember, Rachel Maddow had to take a pay cut to actually keep a job because MSNBC was losing money for Comcast. Rachel Maddow was working 5 days a week. No, 1 day a week. And then they told her, hey, you need to come back to work 5 days a week. And by the way, we need to cut your pay by $5 million. Yes. And what does Rachel Maddow do? Nothing but Trump derangement. Morning Joe Scarborough and his wife, Mika Brzezinski, Trump derangement. That's pretty much it. The only thing that MSNBC has to sell is Trump derangement. Newsflash, it doesn't make money. It doesn't make money. Just that simple, man. I mean, MSNBC is an arm of the Democratic Party. They are leftists. And I don't know why Scarborough actually calls himself a conservative, considering there's nothing conservative about him. Okay? Well, guess what, guys? I guess Comcast couldn't sell MSNBC. So guess what they did, folks? They decided, you know what? Let's strip MSNBC of the NBC brand. So they're no longer going to be called MSNBC. They're going to be called MS Now. And that name is awful. The logo, awful. I mean, this is a huge step down, folks, for MSNBC. I believe, folks, that NBC said, we don't want to be associated with MSNBC. We don't want NBC in their brand because they're toxic. They are. They are. Nobody wants to be associated with MSNBC. So let's go ahead and get into this. Right over here, guys, on Fox News. MSNBC to change name to MS Now. Should be more like BS Now. In Comcast spinoff deal. MSNBC is set to change its name as part of Comcast's spinoff from NBC Universal, which the company announced in late 2024, according to the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal reported on Monday that the left-leaning network's new name will be My Source, News Opinion World, or MS Now. Honestly, MSNBC was a better name. And it's also a better logo, too. We'll actually get to that, though. CNBC, USA, Oxygen, and E are also included in the Comcast spinoff. CNBC is going to keep its name, according to the Wall Street Journal, but it's working on a new logo. The move is part of the network's attempt to separate themselves from NBC, the Journal reported. Cesar Conde will continue leading the NBC Universal News Group, but now that group only includes NBC News, the NBC News Now streaming service, Telemundo, and owned and operated local stations. NBC, Bravo, and Peacock will remain under NBC Universal. Yeah, that actually would make sense, you know. I mean, NBC, Peacock, they're really the same. And also, like last year, the Olympics were on NBC. So just that simple, man. Quote, Comcast Corporation today announced its intent to create a new publicly traded company comprised of a strong portfolio of NBC Universal's cable television networks, including USA Network, CNBC, MSNBC, Oxygen E, I think that's Sci-Fi, and Golf Channel, along with complementary digital assets, including Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes, Golf Now, and Sports Engine through a tax-free spinoff. The well-capitalized independent company, SpinCo, will have significant scale as a pure play set of assets anchored by leading news, sports, and entertainment content. Yeah. This is the downfall now, folks, of MSNBC. This is the downfall. Now, them changing the name to MS Now, and by the way, look at this right here. That's the logo. You go from MSNBC with the peacock, by the way, and NBC is keeping the peacock. They told MSNBC, nah, man, we're stripping you of that. Your brand is too toxic. We don't want to be associated with that. So now they have this logo MS Now at the bottom. Yeah, it looks horrible. It looks absolutely horrible. Megyn Kelly has weighed in here too. She says MSNBC gets shipped by NBC. Can't share our respective name as NBC pretends it has some impeccable reputation to protect. Yeah. And by the way, MS, I didn't even really know this, actually stood for Microsoft, because MSNBC has been around since 1996. So it actually stood for Microsoft NBC. But Microsoft hadn't been a part of MSNBC in forever, I think. So look at this here. Jack Posobiec, the White House issued a response to the MSNBC rebrand. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, this just looks bad. It looks really bad. Now listen to this clip here, man. I was thinking the same thing. BS NBC or just on BS Now. Listening to this.
So, and by the way, if it is MSNBC, they're coming up with a new name. It's now going to be called MS. I just saw this break on X. And I'm not joking. I want to make sure that I share it. But it is going to be called MS. MSNBC is changing its name to MS, now short for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World. I think BS is more fitting, but I guess they're going to change it to MS. So, and by the way, if it is MSNBC, they're coming up with a new name. It's now...
Yeah. They should recall it and rebrand it as BS now, because that's all that MSNBC does. They BS their viewers, nothing more. They use that propaganda, all lies. You know what? Maybe the few people that's actually watching MSNBC actually believe what they're saying. Yeah, I believe, man, this is going to, I think this is really going to be an overall of MSNBC. Thing is, though, nothing's really changing. They're keeping everybody. It's just going to have a different name, man. Morning Joe's still going to be there. Rachel Maddow's still going to be there. Jen Psaki's still going to be there. They're not changing anything. They're just dropping the NBC in the name. Nothing more. Nothing more, man. Nothing has changed. I mean, that's a classic logo right there for MSNBC. But look at this, man. MS Now. For My Source, News, Opinion, World. Yeah. Doesn't have the same ring. Doesn't have the same ring, man. So, is this the end, folks, of MSNBC for good? I think, man, they just got sent to purgatory. I think they just got sent to purgatory to die a horrible death. I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't think they're going to make it. I really don't think they're going to make it, folks. This is the end right here. NBC wanted to wipe their hands clean of MSNBC. Guess what? Now it's actually happened. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.